Hi, this is Dr. Kayla Wholey. Today I want to talk about boredom, which has been discussed lately by a lot of family and friends discussing and complaining about this boredom feeling, which for some of us is a familiar kind of feeling because we could feel boredom at any time during the day, even though this is not a coronavirus time. So first of all, let's accept the fact that boredom can happen to us anytime, any place. But in the past, what we used to do, go outside, do something in the external environment to cope with that boredom feeling. But now we can't do that. That's what creates and perpetuates the problem. We can't do that because we can't go outside even though we wanted to. Or we could just do it in a very limited kind of space. Maybe there's a backyard that you could go and have some fresh air, or maybe you're in a riverside that you can use that area, but it's not much more than that. So this is a challenge. Yes, this is a restraint, and this is something that kind of keeps you in and locked in. It's impossible not to feel that from time to time. Even most productive people would feel that. But first of all, let's see which type of person you are. Are you the one who copes with boredom by going outside, do so many external things? Or is boredom kinds of kicks in for those of you who still had some life at home? So these are two different things, and these need to be addressed differently. So first of all, for the first group, for people who usually spend a lot of time outside before and who used to use so many external stimulation, to actually cope with all these things. However, today they have to cope with this by using some internal stimulation, which is not impossible because today the situation calls us for doing something maybe differently. Maybe you will need to use high tech differently. Maybe you will maybe find solutions online, or you will do things more in an old-fashioned way. Let's say you used to go to your closest dry cleaner for fixing your clothes or something. Maybe you lost a button of your shirt or something, and you didn't used to do that yourself. Maybe now, since that dry cleaner is closed, you will have to do it yourself, which may not be as drastic, as catastrophic as you might think. Maybe life is calling for you to try out a new skill, to actually develop a new skill or something else. There is a book that you haven't read for a long time because you were so much involved in outside endeavors and outside errands that you had to run. Maybe there's this movie. Maybe there is this friend that you need to call for so long. You wanted to have a decent conversation, but you haven't. It differs from individual to individual. So it's up to your personal analysis of what's happening in your life and how much change you will make. And it needs a little bit of a change in perspective to be able to turn that external stimulation to internal stimulation. Whereas in the second group, those people who are bored, who also have a life at home, who already were multitasking, let's say mothers, or let's say like people who are already working from home, they still feel bored because like they need something different from time to time, which is very normal. And to cope with that, I would say just do more time management. Try to go into activities which more nurture you rather than activities which consume you. For example, some of my friends use social media a lot, which is fine, but at the same time, social media brings a lot of negative news. Or they kind of go into online platforms that might drain their energy so much, that might deplete them so much. So it's a matter of balance, checks and balances between how you want to use your energy in a best possible way and your choices. We'll talk more about this in the upcoming videos, but thank you for now and keep safe and well.